we come to that point in our order of prayer where we come before God. This is an opportunity that we have to lift up those joys, those concerns, those thanksgivings that we might have for ourselves or other persons. As we come together in prayer this morning, there's a lot of things we need to remember. We need to keep Joe Toney in our prayer. He is in the hospital at Bristol Regional Medical Center. Apparently he has had a stroke of some sort, and we need to keep him and Nancy in our prayers as they are dealing with that. Continue to remember those others that might be sick in our midst. I'm told that Jacob got up with 101.6 fever this morning. I'm told Debbie's trying to catch up with him. I'm told if there's an empty room in somebody's house, I might come live with you this week. I already had it. Paul says I can come that way. But we've got those kind of issues going on in the Goodman family. Also, keep my mom in your prayers. She's been diagnosed with non-small cell lung cancer. I'm going to be having some PET scans and CAT scans this week and meeting with the doctor on Friday to talk about treatment options. Debbie's mom, who has been very good at keeping her diet regulated and everything while she's waiting for this other test and everything. She's apparently coming down with the bronchial stuff or whatever, and that usually means she's heading toward pneumonia when her mom gets it. So let's keep her in our prayers. What else? Who else do we need to remember this morning in prayer? Keep Kathleen in our prayers. Okay, so Bob Horn had a mole removed and it was cancerous, so he's going to have surgery over this way. Oh.
My sister Teresa had a mild stroke. They put a pacemaker in on Tuesday. She's home and doing much better. So just keep my sister's family in your prayers.
Okay.
I'd also like for everyone to be praying for our little granddaughter, Kristen. She has pneumonia, and I didn't find out till this morning. Phil found out last night and said he knew if he told me that I wouldn't sleep. But please do pray for Kristen.
Okay. Christy? Rick asked us to keep his brother in our prayer. He's no longer going to be taking chemo? Okay. Christy?
Well, in the midst of all the prayer needs, I have a praise, and I just want to say that we did have a really great time at Resurrection last week. Everybody made it home fine. Nobody fell asleep on the drive home that was behind the wheel. Couldn't say that last year. But we had a really great time, and I hope you all will be here next Sunday to hear about it, see our pictures, and hear the music. Really great band called I Am They. You look them up on YouTube before you come, but we did have a really great time, and it's always nice to be able to take a group of students to an event and not have to worry about some of the mischief that you can worry about with a bunch of teenagers roaming around. So just a big praise from last weekend.
And if you have Amazon Prime, I Am They's music is free with your subscription. I found that out, so I'm listening to it as, well, part of the subscription, so to speak. Dale?
My sister-in-law, Linda Beverly, my brother Bill's wife, was so distressed and so run down by the time he died. She had a stroke about 3 or 4 weeks ago and is not doing well. She'll see a neurologist on the 31st of this month. Okay. And she's been begging to come to my house. And she has an open invitation to come and stay as long as she likes. We've decided we're not sister-in-law anymore. We're sisters since we have no other anyone else.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Okay. Eugene Heron. By the way, David, in the middle of my sermon, Dennis is going to stand up and say something, so we'll need to have a mic on for him up there. There's actually 4. Which one do you want to use? Purple? Okay. So I just thought I'd point that out. A little housekeeping there. Cecilia over here. Jackson, come on over.
I'd like to ask for prayer for our son-in-law's mother, Peggy Yanez. She is a patient at Duke. She was taken down last week, and her liver has quit functioning. So she's down there for treatment. And Eric and his family and all of us, we would appreciate your prayers for Peggy.
Okay. Are there others? Yeah. Have some new acolytes in our midst. Y'all are doing great. What else? Well, if you look, the prayer section now goes into a little bit different thing. I want to ask Cecilia to come up. Nancy Allman was supposed to be here, but Reuben's under the weather with whatever's going down, and Nancy didn't make it today. But if you've noticed the last few weeks, there's sort of been like one-word themes that keep repeating. The theme this week is the word answer. And one of the things I would like, and that Nancy was going to talk about, and that Cecilia is going to talk about, is how God has answered prayers in their lives. So, Cecilia?